Hello, welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Victoria. I'm a mum of 5 in the UK. On this channel I do home education, homemaking and the occasional charity shop haul, and my video diary, raw vlogs are now on Patreon. I just wanted to talk about taking the shame out of homemaking or taking the shame out of housework, because there's this thing in there that if you show yourself to have even the slightest mess, you're shamed for it. You're considered dirty or lazy, or you're a bad mum, or you're just not living your life right. Especially if you present it on the internet, there's always 101 Karens who want to tell you how their house is cleaner than yours and da-da-da-da. Now, mess is neutral. Everybody has messes. And messes can be from bad things, like you've been ill and you haven't had a chance to clean up, or you suffer from depression and you haven't been able to get yourself to clean up. Or messes can come from delightful things like children and crafts and parties. But the point is, good or bad, everybody gets messes, and everybody eventually, some quicker than others, get around sorting it out. That's just life. And everybody has different levels of what they find acceptable and what they don't. I mean, I personally, if I go into a home that looks like a show home, I feel uncomfortable. I feel like I can't relax. If I make the slightest bit of mess, I'm in the way. And some people don't feel like that. Some people feel more comfortable if everything is like a show home. I prefer houses to look lived in. And I remember, I remember going to somebody's house once, and it was their daughter's, they were twins, it was their daughter's first birthday. And the mother spent the whole time stressing about the state of the house, to the point that the children whose birthday it was, they were just like, they was in the way. They was making a mess, they was in the way, they shouldn't be there. And at the time, I remember thinking, I never want to be like that. I never want my children to feel like they are in the way, they are causing mess, especially on their birthday party. But I'm a bit more understanding about that now, because the pressure to keep your house looking nice, especially when you have visitors around, even if it is a kid's birthday party, is immense, because people do slag you off, people ring social services on you, people judge you, people don't seem to have the common sense that it's just a party, and your house isn't like that the majority of the time. Same as I knew another woman who, every time you went round to see her, she did nothing but clean or iron. And I used to think, chill out, I've come round to see you, sit down and have a cup of tea with me, what are you doing? But again, her house was immaculate, and this was before I had kids. And now I understand that if you want a house that's immaculate and you've got kids, you've got to do nothing else all day every day, and it's not sustainable for your mental health, for the time. I mean, this woman, social service, she had a clean house, but she was involved with social services, and social services had to tell her to spend at least 15 minutes with the children a day instead of cleaning. So it can go horribly the other way, but the motivation for it is because you are shamed. If your house doesn't look like a show home, you are shamed, and that's terrible. The other thing is, as the woman, whether your husband is the kind of man who helps around the house or not, as the woman, you are the one that gets the blame. I've seen it time and time again with other people and myself. If the house is messy, I must be the one not doing my job properly. I must be the one that's lazy. I must be the one that's a bad mum. I must be the one that's not doing what needs to be done. Nobody ever says, when they go, oh, isn't she cleaning her house? Nobody ever says, isn't he cleaning? Isn't he helping? Stuff like that. So whether you're in that kind of relationship where the husband helps or not, you will get the blame. We had social services rung on us once, and social services went away again. They was quite happy. There's nothing wrong with us. There's nothing wrong with our kids. But she did say to my husband in private, if it gets too much for Victoria, cleaning and homeschooling the kids, there's some schools we can get them into. Not do you help Victoria clean, or if it gets too much for the both of you cleaning, or do you help your wife? It was me, all down to me. Everything's my fault because I'm the woman. So I just wanted to say, if the job's in the house, it's not all down to you. If everything goes wrong, there's nothing you have to feel shameful for. There's more people in the house than you. It's everybody's. It's a team effort. You don't want to feel that shame and that burden. And if there are messes, it doesn't make you a bad person or a bad mother or even a bad homemaker. Because messes happen, you clean them up. And if anybody judges you for the state of your house, they should be offering to help you if they're concerned, rather than judging you. And if they are judging you, maybe they're just a twat. And I've had people judge my house, and then I've gone into their house at a later date, and their house is worse. So they were just offloading their shame onto me to make them feel better about themselves, when what they should have been doing is focusing on their own house, and I'll focus on my own house, and not be nasty to each other and stop trying to shame each other. That's what I wanted to say. And isn't that terrible? I think things are worse nowadays because of social media and seeing all these big posh immaculate houses which aren't lived in. They're more like film sets, really, aren't they? Or you don't see all the piles of rubbish behind the camera, or where people have shoved laundry behind the camera, or where they've just cleaned the room. It's better to clean the room before the film, things like that. And the reason everything appears perfect is because they'll get attacked for it otherwise. And we need to stop that, and we need to take the shame out of homemaking, because the one place you should relax and not feel shameful is your own house. If you like that video, please subscribe. I'll see you next time with a brand new video. Bye bye.